I was waiting. I don't know what I was waiting for. I was waiting for somebody to go, woo, you're live. Anyway, hello. Proper Golfing Live. Here we are in the UK. Big statement for you. Listen up. Everything you've been taught in golf as a senior golfer is wrong.
It's a bold statement, Joe.
It's a bold statement.
But something we're going to back up.
Yeah, so everything you've been taught as a senior golfer is wrong, and we're going to tell you why throughout the next 20 minutes.
Yep.
I'm Joe Cameron.
I'm Julian Mellor.
And
from Proper Golfing.
Right? I'm just going to now jump behind the camera, to make sure it all works.
Yeah, perfect, Joe.
So tell them again.
Yeah, so everything you've been taught as a senior golfer is wrong. And we'll prove to you why that is, and we'll explain where we're coming from with this statement.
Right, I'm going to disappear now, so I'll see you on the other side.
Great. All okay, Joe? We haven't done a live for a very long time. So we are...
Yeah, it looks okay.
We're all looking good.
Hello,
okay.
hello. If we used to do lives in lockdown a lot, didn't we?
We did. Okay, so 3 things that we're often taught as a senior golfer. Number 1, keep your head down. Everybody says it, it's said all over the world. Number 2, keep your lead arm straight. Now you notice I said lead arm and not left arm for the left-handed golfers out there who are watching. And keep your front foot pinned to the floor. Yeah, they are wrong, fundamentally wrong and biomechanically very wrong. And we'll explain a little bit about why that is in just a second. So we're hoping that we get a few comments on here. If we've got time at the end, we'll try and answer some of your questions.
Just to let everybody know, I am on my channel and they can put comments in the box. So
in the box, and you'll be able to read them and we can come back.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the first myth in golf coaching is keep your head down. Let me explain why that is so bad as a senior golfer. Okay, so if I hit a golf ball, keep my head down. The first thing that I'm restricted by is my pelvis movement. I can't turn my pelvis very well. It also is going to have an effect on your shoulders. Your shoulder turn will be restricted. If you've ever heard of a thing called an early extension, when you see people standing up at impact, keeping your head down is one of the main causes of an early extension. The reason being, if you keep your head down, you've got nowhere to go, and the only way to go is upwards. It's also going to make you hit behind a golf ball commonly. It's going to make you thin shots. It's going to hurt your lower lumbar spine. Real issue for senior golfers. It can hurt your neck. It will definitely send the golf ball offline, more likely to the left than to the right, and it will restrict the distance that you can hit the golf ball, and it'll also worsen the accuracy. It's one of the worst pieces of advice ever taught in golf. It's said all over the world, and until you understand why it's so bad and how to improve it, you'll never really improve your golf ball striking.
So these 3 things then, why are they so widely talked about and taught and follow? You know, we get people all the time that go, people have told me what to do and what not to do. So why?
It's people don't challenge their beliefs. Unless you actually challenge things in golf that are taught and said, you'll never discover what's on the other side of it. So you have to challenge these beliefs. We do a wonderful job here at Proper Golf, and we've got several different ways of challenging that, and it's amazing what actually happens.
You're looking at the floor at the moment. There's a problem with the device, and somebody's just told me that, and I don't know how to fix it. Okay,
I tell you what we'll do then. Let's reset it and see if we can have another go.
Do you want to have a look? Sorry, everyone. We have no idea. It says that, and it says you're looking at the floor at the moment, and we don't know why. What is that?
Okay, let's have a look.
Rotate device back.
I wonder if it has to be this way. Oops.
Okay, maybe then.
Maybe.
Tim, let us know. Because it looks all right to us. Let's have a look.
Okay, is that working better?
Yes, he said Tim.
Yeah, we're in.
Thanks, Tim. Again. It looked all right from here. Anyway, we're good now. Yeah, so that's Tim Ferren. Where are you, Tim?
Thank you, Tim.
Where is he, I wonder? Anyway, cool, we're good. We're good now.
Okay, so I'm going to start that again for the people who haven't seen it. Hopefully, when this is finished, we'll be able to edit it and take out the first bit. Keeping your head down, worst piece of advice ever. It's so destructive to hitting quality golf shots. First thing, it restricts pelvis and hip movement. It restricts shoulder movement. If you ever suffer with what we call early extension, where you're starting to stand up on the golf ball too quickly, keeping your head down is the main reason that happens. You run out of room, and the only way to go is upwards. It will cause you to hit the golf ball thin. It will make you hit shots fat, so you're going to hit behind it because you can't transfer your weight very well. It's going to put pressure on your lower lumbar spine. It often causes you to hit golf balls to the left, and then you'll compensate and hold the club face open and you'll push them right. You're going to lose distance, you're going to lose accuracy. It's the worst piece of advice ever given in golf, and yet it's said all over the world. Yeah, everybody who comes in here, when we ask them, what would you teach me if I was a beginner? The first thing they said, keep your eye on the ball. Okay, absolute no-no in golf. Yeah, worst piece of advice ever. And we can prove it.
I'm just laughing. Do you want to say that again?
Yeah.
The worst piece of advice
do you think that's
ever.
bad advice?
Ever.
Bad advice. Okay,
What about
the second one is keep your lead arm straight. So I say lead arm for the left-handed golfers in here. Why don't we want to keep that lead arm straight? So the first thing is it gives you a short golf swing. Go figure. Keeping it straight tightens the muscles. The tighter the muscles, the shorter they are. The shorter they are, the less width you have to golf swing. You're going to hit golf shots shorter. So keeping your arm straight is bad. You can have a long arm if it's relaxed, but a straight arm is going to be a tense arm. If you want to top the ball consistently, straighten your lead arm. Really, really good at that. It's also going to cause shoulder and elbow injuries, very, very common amongst senior golfers. Imagine if you're hitting something with a stiff arm, that's going to have an effect on your elbow, and it leads up into the shoulders, going to cause problems. You'll also lose speed, and there is the potential to lose accuracy as well. An absolute no-no for golfers. Don't keep your arm straight. Everybody tells you to do it, don't do it, I promise you. Senior golfers, steer away from a straight left arm. Okay, so the third thing that we should never do as a senior golfer is keep our lead foot pinned to the floor. Everybody tells you you've got to create some ground force, keep the feet still. Now try and coil the upper body. If you want to damage your back, if you want to restrict your hip turn, if you want to lose distance, if you want to have a restricted movement through impact, if you want to hurt your knee, keep your lead foot pinned to the floor because it will cause all of those problems.
So, if these are taught like worldwide
Yep.
and they become part of the furniture,
Of the folklore,
yeah. So why?
People don't question it. There has to be a method to what we're doing. We avoid it like the plague.
Is it a myth? Do you say?
It is a myth, Joe. Yeah, people don't challenge it, so they never deliberately lift their ankles on purpose. They never deliberately bend their arm. They never look towards the target before they hit the golf ball. And yet when you discover these things and allow natural movement, that's when the magic starts to happen. You gain distance, speed, you don't hurt your back, you'll gain accuracy, and your golf swing will be wonderful. It'll feel great.
Yeah, but we see it in here all the time, haven't we?
All the
We've
time,
had
every
loads
day,
of people.
every
We've
day.
had John, we've had James, we've had Dave, we've had Paul, we've had Tony, we've had Terry. Everybody this week has almost come in with that psychology and gone out so much better.
I would say 90 to 95% of people who come here for the first time will tell us to do those three things when we ask them. It's a smart question, really, but it helps me as a coach understand what's potentially holding them back.
So I mean, today we're talking about swing smarter, not harder, aren't we? And you know, for those, I'm behind the camera, by the way. I'm his other half. I'm Jo Cameron. I'm in charge of client and membership happiness, basically. But I'm a leadership psychology specialist, so I'm fascinated by golfers who, you know, are at the top of the game, successful businesses and careers, and then They do come in crying, don't they, Julian? With
We
their
do.
golf.
We
with their golf.
have some incredible people, wonderful
I know.
in their world of work, and yet golf means so much to them.
Yeah, 100%.
They come in with a massive lack of confidence,
Yeah.
performance anxiety, fear of the first tee.
Yeah.
So many issues that they have. Yeah.
I know. So that's where we're developing, isn't it? Like the proper golfing mental code, which addresses all that.
Yeah.
But the other thing as well about senior golfers is that our body composition is changing.
Absolutely.
You know, I'm bringing the wellness piece into our proper golfing as well, because body composition changes, brain composition changes.
Yeah.
So that makes it more of a mind game than it was. You know, like back when we were 20, you'd leap out of bed and play golf and come back in. Not the same.
No.
So your body's more dehydrated. There's so many things. And that's why we're so good at what we do at proper golfing, because we understand why. And you might not have even thought about these things before. But so we've got the 3 key components of the proper golfing methodology, which are swing tension free, coordinated release, and 6-second finish. But let's have a chat about why your tension creeps in the first place.
Yeah. Just for clarity, Joe, as well, senior golfers technically are people over the age of 46.
Oh, yeah.
That's when their body starts to change. So we're not necessarily, if you're over 46, in our world, you're classed as a senior golfer. And you need to be taught differently to the way it is taught now.
And by the way, we're senior golfers.
And I'm most definitely a senior golfer. I'm nicely into my 50s 100%. Now. Used to have chronic lower back pain, chronic left knee pain. Never questioned my technique, only thought it was my body. When I discovered how bad it was to keep my foot still and keep my head down, that's when the door started to open and really started to enjoy my golf swing. So,
but just to labour that point, you were seriously incapacitated with your knees,
have to stop playing altogether.
Your back, everything, and you never thought it could be your golf swing ever, did you?
Never questioned it, because I'd been taught the right way, so therefore it can't be my golf swing, it must be my body. It wasn't my body, it was my golf swing.
The calluses on your hands from holding?
Yeah, I used to have to go to a chiropodist, have the calluses cut off my hands. I didn't know anything about tension. You know, grip it and rip it. So in my world, grip it hard and rip it. Massive issues with my hands. It took me 2-3 days to recover after they were cut off till the sores went. But anyway, that's a whole other story. But yeah, if you're suffering with pain, you don't have to stop playing. Let's question that technique that you're using.
Do you know what? I'm so glad that you got rid of the calluses before I met you.
I don't even wear a glove anymore. So
anyway,
let's think about tension.
Yeah.
We talk to golfers all the time. Where's tension? What is tension? Well, often it's not what you think it is. Most people think it's physical. It actually starts in the mind, that mental tension. So we've got a fear of hitting bad shots. We've got confusion, a lack of confidence. First tee nerves would be a massive issue. What we call imposter syndrome. Sometimes you think you're a good player and you're not playing very well, and that will put pressure on you. Ultimately, these are all going to lead to tension. First tee nerves, playing in a competition, playing in a company day. You name it, things that will put pressure on you will build up physical tension. So mental tension becomes physical tension. We have a wonderful way here of helping people overcome that mental tension to get them to relax. Where do we see physical tension in the body? First off, everybody looks at the hands. So are you gripping the golf club tight? How many people say your forearms look really tight, your shoulders look really tight, your legs look really bent, so there must be some pressure in there? No, everybody just talks about your grip pressure. There's a whole myriad of places where that tension hides. The biggest place that I see tension hide, if I just hit one shot now, is in my shoulders. Nice easy way to top a golf ball, tighten those shoulders up. That's shortening the muscles, pulls the club off the ground, and you're easily going to start to top the golf ball. And then they say, oh no, you've lifted your head up. But it wasn't that at all. I've tightened those shoulders. So from here, if I just tighten my shoulders now, that club's coming off the ground. There's nothing I can do about it. So shoulder tension, massive issue in the golf swing.
Do you know what else we hear a lot about in here as well is, as your body age and you age, a lot of anxiety comes in, doesn't it? And fear and stuff, like, a lot of the head stuff, I wasn't as good as what I used to be, I'm embarrassing to my playing partners, all that sort of stuff. And do you know what? I mean, even you would say that when You were playing golf. You were never ever taught about the mindset side
Never,
of golf.
not once.
Ever.
Never.
And we're of that generation that weren't taught about it.
Get
You know,
on
we
with
might
it.
have thought, oh, it's all fluffy and that.
Yeah.
Now there's so much science about how your mind influences your body. That's
Yeah,
where we do this stuff together.
Yeah.
But you know, you'd never even thought about that. I think that's what I love about proper golfing is that many people say to us, they come here for their swing, but there's so many things that they didn't even know about
They leave
the
with so
mental
much
side of the
information.
game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Didn't even think that was an issue. Like the guy who'd had all the technical training at the bunkers.
Yeah.
But then as soon as he went in the bunker, fear came over him.
Fear.
Fear's the issue.
Fear's a big issue,
what
yeah.
do with
So
fear?
the antidote to tension, not necessarily grip it lighter, it's breathing. Breathing is one of the main things, and we've got some wonderful ways of showing people how to control their breath, which will alter their physical state, and that leads to much better golf shots. Okay.
And a whole library of mindset stuff.
Yeah. So the first thing, Joe, is our first major fundamental of the three is to swing tension free. That doesn't mean to say you're going to be sloppy, out of control. It just means take away the tension. So number two, what we call a coordinated release. What's coordination in life, Joe? Just very quickly.
I was going to say, so why do we lose our coordination then? Why have we not got a coordinated release? Why?
Because people tell you to keep your head down.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah. Yeah.
If you want to lose coordination in your golf swing, if you want to lose balance, distance, accuracy, all those things, keep your head down by all means. Coordination, we cannot be coordinated if we've got something going in the direction of a target and we stop something else. So coordination is arms, body, club moving in a coordinated way towards your target. Keeping your head down, there's no way that you can start to coordinate the movement. So again, we would start to work on making sure the body's moving properly, make sure the arms are matching up with the body, and then the coordination, what's it going to lead to? So more distance, lack of pain, more accuracy, better feeling of a golf swing. You'll be able to finish your golf swing. The contact's going to be so much better when you're striking the golf ball because you're moving your mass past the golf ball. If it stays behind, we've got so many pictures of people hanging on that back foot through impact. I mean, just literally hundreds of them, haven't we?
Do you know,
all because of keeping the head down, yeah.
The before and after library is so extensive.
It's insane.
That's our project over the next few weeks because we deal with real data, real people, real befores and afters, and we've just been so busy we haven't done it. That's one of my jobs, isn't it, to sort that out. But I was going to say the other reason why people struggle with their coordination, and we see this all the time, is like injuries, operations. You know, like we had the one guy who, one of our members had the heart problem. We had the guy that fell off the wall the other day who hasn't got the confidence to play.
Absolutely.
So you know, like when you have an operation on somewhere, that affects your body and your coordination and stuff, doesn't it?
Yeah, and people think that they have to stay in balance because of these injuries and that will ruin their coordination. But actually, if you really understand how your body's designed to move, if you understand what we call the kinetic chain, super important thing. If you want to go and research the kinetic chain, then you'll really appreciate why you should never keep your left foot pinned to the floor.
I've got some questions.
Cool.
Well, firstly, I'm going to give a shout out to Austin Vance. Hello, Austin.
Hey,
Said,
Austin.
hi, Joe and Julian. I discovered your YouTube videos a couple of months ago and loved them. Playing the best golf of my life following your advice. Wow.
Oh, just wait till you see what's coming.
I was going to say, imagine how much further you can go. And then we have got a question about grip, which we'll come to on a minute.
Yeah.
I think there are some various YouTube videos about how tightly you should grip the club, but we haven't got time to do that now. But there are some things.
Yeah.
What about, the 6-second finish, which is ours? So why do people not finish in balance? Where's it all go wrong? So
we've done a little survey and we ask everybody who comes in for a first session, how important is the finish of the golf swing? 90% will say they don't really think about the finish. The finish is something that happens. 10% know that the finish is important, but when they're actually on the golf course, they pay no importance to it. And yet it's one of the most important parts of the golf swing. Everybody talks about setup, backswing, impact, start the downswing. Nobody talks about the other side of the golf swing, and yet that is where we can learn the most about what's happened in our golf swing. So we've called it, if I just hit one shot now, Joe, we've called this the 6-second finish. Okay, so that stayed in the air a little bit longer than 6 seconds. Why 6 seconds, Joe?
Sorry.
Don't know.
No, I do. I was just watching you at the golf ball. I mean, I know we've been together a long time, but I was just watching you.
Okay, so did we pluck 6 seconds out the air? No, of course we didn't.
Sorry, everyone.
6 seconds is roughly the time it takes for your golf ball to land. Okay, so this is the kicker. Okay, I've hit a shot and I've held my swing for 6 seconds and it's still gone wrong.
You finished,
Okay.
I mean.
We're not trying to get you to pose at the end. We're giving you 6 seconds to become aware of things, aware of what's actually happened in your golf swing. So, if I go to a finish, I'm holding it for 6 seconds. Where's my weight? You probably find that my weight's now on my back foot. Look at my right toe. It's really bent here. There's loads of pressure on my right toe. I can hold this for 6 seconds, but what I know now is I haven't transferred my weight. That would be one of them. What about my shoulders? So I was teaching another Julian this week, which is always quite strange when we exchange messages, but Julian. He's on a transformation program that we run. Now he says, I never listen to my playing partners anymore, I only listen to you. And yet last week his playing partner says to him, you should have your arms nice and high. So he started hitting shots with his arms nice and high, got really good at topping the golf ball. So all that's happened is he built that tension back into his golf swing. He started topping. He says, why on earth did I start to listen to my friends? It happens all the time. Okay, but let's think about the finish. That's 6 seconds. What do I look for? There's 6 different things that I look for. So let's get into a good finish. So where am I facing? The target. If you look at the left side of my body, it should look pretty straight. If I've got an arch in my back, that's going to cause lower lumbar spine issues, which is going to be a major problem. Okay, where am I facing? What are my shoulders? So I'm looking at the target, the club's finishing over my shoulder. My shoulders feel relaxed. Where's my right knee pointing? My knee's pointing towards the target. I'm on the sole of my shoe. And how's that relaxation, Joe? How does that look? Balance is pretty good.
I always think that does look a bit weird as a photo, but you know,
it does look very strange as a photograph.
When you're in the bunker with one leg up, it does look a bit weird.
So if I did this, Joe, and stayed on my right foot,
ooh,
so I can hold my finish for 6 seconds, but have I finished correctly? That's the important thing, and that's where we want to really educate people how to swing tension free, coordinate the release properly, finish the swing and hold it for 6 seconds. There's so much information you can learn, but that's why we do what we do, Joe.
And do you know what? Hank, hello, Hank.
Hey, Hank.
Yeah,
Great to see you.
He's asked us a really, really great question, which we're going to answer it together. So it's how can proper golfing help us in the transformation to the holy grail, whatever that is in golf? So I'm going to start by, you know, I done training and learning as a professional capacity, okay? And the only way that you make change is consistently and mindfully changing your habits one step at a time. That's why we don't, on the whole, do lessons.
Hints and tips.
We don't do clickbait. We don't do the one-off lessons, although you can if you like.
You can.
But golf transformation takes time. It takes a methodology, it takes purpose, and it takes application.
Yeah.
That's why we've got the long, you know, the transformation program. So they come and see you, and you tell them what to do afterwards, and they do that, and then they come back, and then we score them.
We
That
measure
is
their
the
swings.
only way you make change is by being measured with a methodology over time. And that's why we get all the people coming to us, because they've been on YouTube, they've got all the clickbait, and they've got lists of videos on their phone, and they're confused. So I'm so passionate about that I wanted to answer that for Hank. But that, you know, that's what our members are doing, is transforming their golf swings from pain lack of distance, lack of confidence. That's what they're doing day in, day out on our transformation programs.
Yeah, we haven't designed that by accident. That's taken us years to come up with this transformational program. How many of you have been for a lesson and gone away with a detailed practice plan that you can do at home, outside, on the range, on the golf course? Nobody will give you a detailed practice plan that's practicing with purpose, that you build one on top of the other. You build a library of knowledge. So when your swing's going wrong, which it will do, now you'll have the tools in the bag to start to put it right. And what we're designing and building behind the scenes will just blow your socks off. So,
but when you make any change, Julian, you need to have the reaffirmation of the habit. You have there's something called the change curve, which I can put on here. But then you need, you know, it's like anything. If you've gone on a diet, if you lost weight, or you've made any change, and you have a really high, and then sometimes you get a bit of a dip. That's why you need reassurance, confidence building, confirmation of what you're doing. You're going in the right way, okay? Because otherwise you're lost in the dark. You go on YouTube and you pick this and that and the other, and you get completely confused.
So the great presenters, so let's say the Danny Mords of the golfing world, fantastic job, really helpful, giving you lots and lots of hints and tips out there. But are they really following a method, their own method, something that is going to transform them? I think he's a wonderful presenter. He seems like a really nice guy. I've never actually met him. I know some people who have. I mean, he's incredibly successful in his channel, and I wish him all the best. But does he have that methodology that you can go back to and go, yeah, I know exactly what to work on? I would never pick on anybody. That's not how we do it here. We just do it better.
Hank's just asking about, he's not a believer in self-assessment.
Yeah.
We don't do self-assessment.
We don't.
You assess them, and then all the clients in America, Australia, New Zealand, they do what we're doing now on a Zoom.
Yeah.
You're as good in one-on-one as you are on Zoom. People do it in their garage and their living rooms. But this is not like some computer analysing you. This is you assessing people against our methodology, which has taken you and I years to put together. So they get assessed properly with a plan. It's not a people go, oh, it's online. It's not. It's accessible via your phone, but it's live.
I can't imagine now just giving a lesson and going bye. Or I was watching somebody not long ago giving a lesson, and 30 minutes had gone, and you think, what was that all about? I'm not quite sure what's been achieved there. The guy was looking at his iPad getting the TrackMan data, but I'm not quite sure what was going on. But again, if that's what people like, fair play to them, but we don't believe in that.
In fact,
miles better.
Because I know Mike Barber says hi as well. I did go on that very passionate thing, didn't I? But anyway, Hank says he's coming over.
Great.
I think he's saying that. But Birmingham is like 20 minutes away.
Yeah.
It's dead easy to get to. We're in a place called Royal Leamington Spa, darling. So bring your friends, bring your family, which happens often.
Yeah.
They can sit in here and have a coffee and chat to me while you're doing your thing. But we're literally an hour and 10 minutes from London. You can do things on here. But yeah, what we recommend is the programs that we've got. We've got the Academy, which you can join for as little as £59 a month. So that brings you into getting, you can send your swing into Julian. He'll personally evaluate it against our methodology. It'll give you access to all the videos, but they're in toolkits, so we personalise it.
Absolutely.
You can get all that for like starting at £59 a month, and then you can come and go as you please, if you want. If you join annually, it's £699. And then you get like a one-to-one session with you, like a proper transformation session. But
we have those, we have masterclasses every 2 weeks, which are awesome. We absolutely love those.
I know, 100%.
People online from all as well.
100%.
What I love, what I would say that we're creating here, Joe, is a movement.
Yeah.
There's I think people have just got fed up of going for lessons and not getting better. I've done it. I've been that person who's been for lessons, and you go away and you practice everything that you've been taught, and then you still know better. Well, there's something wrong with that, then, isn't there? Yeah. So we're trying to create a movement, a collection of like-minded senior golfers who just want to get better and work as a unit, but really understand how to swing really well as a senior golfer. Yeah, so we're not trying to be one for all. It's not just one method. It's all personalised because it depends on your injuries, things like that. So, it's really cool.
But I don't know where else you can go and have a golf coaching session with a YouTuber and get like a summary report of it. or measured against, you know, with recommended
It's mind-blowing
videos to what? I've got no idea.
What we're doing now and what's coming.
Yeah, I've got no idea where you can get any of all of that.
Get in touch with us, propergolfing.com.
We are at propergolfing.com. Anyway, we're going to be doing more of these lives, I think. And we're going to get really brave and have like a bit of an audience, perhaps, aren't we?
That's going to be nice, yeah. So if you fancy being in the audience, want to come and join us for a YouTube live and give us a quick shout.
That'd be quite fun, wouldn't it?
Really
I know,
cool.
I know. Anyway, I'm going to come this side and say thanks for joining in.
Yeah. And make sure you buy the book.
Where's yours? Make sure you buy the book. You can buy the book online. Or if you want to download a free sample of the book, go to propergolfing.com. That's propergolfing.com. On the homepage, it'll say handbook. You go on there, download your free sample, no problem at all. And you can also download the 3 key components of the proper golfing methodology. That's accessible on the homepage too. You know, so if you're not ready to make the leap yet, I don't know why you wouldn't, but anyway,
that's okay.
You can, like I say, download a free sample of the book, propergolfing.com. That's on the homepage, or the 3 key components of the proper golfing methodology. That's on there. So that's on there as well. But hope you've enjoyed today.
Yeah, well, we've enjoyed it. It's a bit strange not actually seeing anybody, but that's all right. We're going to do some more of these. Yeah. And if you do come here, this is a very private venue, so nobody's watching you. It's you and I, and this is where we'll make all the difference.
And me.
And you, Joe. We're definitely you. Yeah.
Anyway, for our American friends, bye for now.
Take care, everybody.
Have a lovely day. Bye.